Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. I got him, you got him, we got him. Comic issues, yeah!
Hello everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood John here to bring you Comic Issues episode 15. I hope it's going to be a good one. Today is Wednesday, so put down below what you picked up today. See if we got any of the same things. Maybe not, maybe so. Quick couple things here. I finally got my hands on a Kevin Eastman signed memorabilia and a Peter Laird signed memorabilia. So pretty happy about that. The guys are getting old. I really love Ninja Turtles, so I'm glad to get some stuff signed by them. You may have seen the Eastman signature for a couple episodes now, and it's back here with on this pretty sweet Christmassy scene. The turtles are back here on the bridge, and they made a Christmas snowman and put Raphael's bandana on there. You'd think it's Raphael, but the way they drew the turtles, everybody was in red, so you couldn't tell them apart. So it's signed Kevin Eastman here. It's entitled Snow Ninja, and we got a picture of a turtle here. They always put a little picture turtle. And then I have my Peter Laird right here comic. Pretty cool. I ordered from eBay. They sent me the wrong one. I ordered April O'Neil number 1, but this is number 2. Number 1 had a robot on it, and the turtles were turned backwards. So I'm glad they actually sent me the wrong one, because now I got this weird looking Splinter, and at least the turtles are looking at the screen. So what comics did I get this week? Not many. I think the Independent week is like the third week in the releases. But don't hold me to that. I think that's what it is, though. So I got Dead Dog's Bite, and I got that solely based on the cover and the title. The title sounds like it could be popular. The cover looks really cool. That's why I bought that one. I also got X-Men Demon Days. So I think this one was written and drawn by Peach Momoko. Peach Momoko was she's doing a lot of covers. I think it's a girl. That person is doing a lot of covers lately, and they've been getting snatched up. She does more like watercolored, maybe Japanese style stuff. So all of her stuff is in watercolor, kind of Japanese, and it's really cool to see what she does with the things. And then I also bought Nocterra. So I bought this Nocterra cover B because it's by Jock. Jock does cool work. His most impressive thing that, it goes just for the cover alone, it goes a lot of money, is that Joker, where all the bats are forming the Joker face with the red lipstick in the air. I'm pretty sure this is the Jock that did that. So I got that cover. It's done by Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel. So I think that's going to be a good pickup. I think it's a horror comic. So if you haven't got that one, maybe get that one. In the very least, it'll be a cool one to read, I'm pretty sure. Scott Snyder doesn't write a bad book. If you haven't read Severed yet, I think it's a 5-issue series, maybe 7. You got to read that thing. It's good. Witches is good, too. Anyways, let's get this wheel started. Here we go. We're going to press, we're going to spin it now. Here we go. What do we get? J21. What do you know about that? It's probably going to be a J. There was a couple J's on there. Somebody wanted something out of the J box this time. And it's not my box. What is my box? But you know what I mean. So we'll get the comic out. And then we'll do the reveal. Give me just a second. Alright. Got the comic. My wife had trouble getting this one out. She looked at it for quite a while, so I'm kind of worried about what this comic's going to be. But we'll get through it together. If we can't review it fully, we'll review it somehow. Let's see what it is. Oh, that's why she didn't know what it was. So this is a really cool Fantastic Four. I don't know how well it's going to show up. Oh, you can barely see it. So I bought this because the cover is just so cool. It looks like wax. So the Human Torch. Everything's all waxy on here. It's all embossed. This is Fantastic Four 371. And yeah, I just think that's a really, really cool cover. The story's probably going to suck because Fantastic Four, it's few and far between when there's a good Fantastic Four story. But the cover's awesome. When I pull it out, we'll see if let's see if the back's the same way real quick. Probably not, but if it is, that'd be impressive. Nah, regular old back. What is it advertising here? X-Men Alert Adventure Game. Look at all those pieces. Man, I bet that was fun. To live again, guys. To live again. Alright, let's get this sucker read and we'll get back to it. Hey, guys. That wasn't a bad comic. But it wasn't a good comic. It was a mediocre comic. That was maybe a grilled cheese comic with imitation cheese. Say that. That's about the way I felt about that comic. I'll eat it if I'm hungry, but that's about the only time. So the writer of this was Tom DeFalco. That guy's done everything. Everything. He's got 33 pages on Comic Vine worth of series that he's been in. Over 4,800 series attributed to this guy. He's Captain America, Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Girl. You could just go down the line, just a million comics. And then Paul Ryan did the writing. It's not the Paul Ryan that you're thinking of. I'm pretty sure Paul Ryan that you're thinking of is a politician. Politician Paul, his friend called him. But this is not him. And it's kind of funny because there's a guy attached to this comic as well named Ralph Macchio. And it's not the Ralph Macchio you're thinking of. So Paul Ryan's done Superman, The Man of Tomorrow, DP7, and Avengers, and 440 plus issues are attributed to this guy. So we start off the story, and Reed Richards has been around this whole machine, trying to build something, right, like he always is. And we're told in the start that Alicia Masters has just vanished. And Alicia Masters is the blind lady that is married to Ben Grimm. She's the puppet master's daughter. So that's a little tie-in, and this happens right after Infinity Wars. So the machine that he's working on is the Transtemporal Reflector, right? So he's been around fixing this thing. They get it all fixed, and Ben Grimm's there, and some other people, and they're asking him, "Hey, cool machine, but what the hell does the thing do?" And okay, what it does is it reflects light to be able to see the last place that somebody has been. So it captures images from the past, I guess, so they could see it. So they have these 3 images that pop up, and it's Alicia. I guess she's in her apartment, and you see here there's a watcher that she's talking to with her dad, and a watcher just pops in the background, and in the next instant takes her. So usually the watchers, they never interfere. They're just there to watch. It's kind of like the watchers in Fringe. If you remember Fringe, the bald white guys, kind of the same deal. But there is one that's going rogue, and that's the one in this. I think his name is Aaron or something like that. Aaron the Rogue. So they know exactly where this happened. So they're going back to the Freedom Square or Freedom Tower, wherever they call it, where their base is, and they are going to get supplies. The Freedom's Plaza, that's what they call it, and to mount a rescue. So they tell the Puppet Master to stay there. I think that's his name. I'm going to continue to call him Puppet Master because that's what I think his name is. And Ben and Reed, they go. So when they get to the Freedom, they have a little walk and they're talking about things. They finally make it to the Freedom Plaza, and as they're going into the breezeway, the lobby, Ben stopped and he's like, "You have a visitor," and guess who it is? Sharon Ventura. Sharon Ventura shows up. I don't know how Ben's getting all these ladies, but she wants a lunch date. And, of course, Ben's like, I didn't forget it. But, so he tells Reed, "Hey, I can't, give me a few minutes. I got to deal with this lady." So Richard's like, "Okay, I'm going to go upstairs, get what I need to get. See you in a few." Gets upstairs, wham! Look at Sue Storm. She's in like this totally different thing, this outfit. She's got a 4 cut out of her chest piece. You can see the big cleavage. Looks like she's wearing a thong. I bet it's not a thong, but it looks like she's wearing a thong. She's definitely doing something weird here. This is out of ordinary. Reed Richards noticed it. It's a nice dress. And he goes on about his business, goes to the machine. She gets pissed and blows up his machine with her some kind of ability. I don't know. She could shoot something from her eyes or something like that. But all the while, their son, Franklin, is kind of like out the doorway, holding a Ninja Turtle. Leonardo, not the best Ninja Turtle, but close. And then you see him get pissed off, and it's like his eyes just start glowing, and he's just like any other kid. He'll do anything to keep his parents from fighting. It goes over to, there's a spaceship above everything, and there's some people in there, and it's Pybok, Power Scroll, and Devos, the armored Devastator. And they're in their spaceship, and they're checking out what's going on down on Earth. And they see the Human Torch flying through the air, all torched up, carrying a book on a leather string, or a leather belt, like you used to in the old days. But you also see like the little sliver of the backside of this somebody else that they don't really list. We'll find out who that is later. So here you see Human Torch flying down to the campus. He's going to tell the Fantastic Four that he doesn't want to be with the Fantastic Four anymore because he thinks that they're living in the past and they need to get with the times, like the X-Men and things of that sort. So, Ben, it cuts back to Ben, and he's getting on the elevator, and you see that lady, and she is talking to somebody on a cell phone, what looks like a cell phone. Turns out it's Dr. Doom. Why is she talking to Dr. Doom? I don't know. It's probably for good things, right? They're probably setting up a pizza party or something for Ben. Who knows? But that's probably it. So Ben gets upstairs, and Reed Richards is on... he's on this thing that's kind of like that X-Men thing that Professor X uses to psychically talk to people. So Ben's using the same kind of deal, trying to get a hold of the other Watchers. Reed is trying to get a hold of the other Watchers. But they don't interfere. So they see him trying to contact them, but are they going to ask? No, they're not going to answer because they don't interfere. Reed's so smart, but he just so dumb. So he gives up, puts it down. Here you see, they're showing you how to read comic panels again. So anytime you got multiple panels on the left side or the right, the left side, and you have a long panel on the right side, you're going to read the multiple panels first that equal the amount of the long side. So if there was multiple panels that equal the amount of the long side, and then there's another long bar at the bottom, you're not going to go into the 3 going down and then go into the long one. You're going to go through the 3, and then you're going to go to the one on the right and then go down to the bottom. So it's kind of cool that these keep popping up to help out with showing you guys how to read comics. You might not know, you might know. If not, sorry for the 20 seconds. So in walks. So they're looking for help, right? But they can't find Johnny and Sue. So in walks Miss Marvel. I didn't know this, but the chick downstairs that was going to have pizza with Ben is also Miss Marvel. Yeah, so that's cool. I didn't know that. So we go back to Johnny Blaze, and he's back down, and he sees some chick that he met at a party or something, or flew into her, and they bumped into each other, and he wants to chat her up, right? So he's like, I remember seeing you, and I caught your name, or you caught my name, but I never caught yours. So she's giving him the hard to get, and before she could say much, boom, she's frozen by those aliens from up at the top. Can't remember their names. They're weird names. Davos maybe one of them. But there they are. And then they're going after the Human Torch. Check out this frame, or this panel. It's pretty cool for the time. It's like night vision kind of deal, but with target. Got some plumes where they're shooting lasers at them. Pretty neat. So, Johnny's thinking to himself while all these things are flying at him. He's like, man, I gotta get that girl out of the ice. The only hope she has is that she immediately turned cold, so hopefully it slowed her body down to where she's not gonna die immediately. So he's trying to figure out what he can do to melt her out of there before it takes too long. So Reed Richards and the Thing have everything that they need. So now they're going into the temporal machine, and it's going to take them to the time where they seen Alicia go bye-bye. So it turns out it's at this cave entrance, and they're looking down in the cave, and it's jam-packed with technology. And inside the cave, they find Alicia, and she's in a box. And floating above her, there's this cube with what looks like inside of a galaxy. And lo and behold, there's the Rogue Watcher. It is a galaxy, you dunderheads. It is a galaxy. And he hopes you find it to your liking. You're destined to spend the remainder of your brief and significant lives within it. Check out that Watcher. Bah. So we go back to the fight with Johnny Blaze. So he has taken off and led the people to go after him because they can fly too. So they're fighting in midair and stuff, and he pulls away from them and doubles back and cools himself down to where he's just hot enough to gently melt the ice around that lady so that she doesn't come back too fast or she doesn't come back too slow. So she comes back fine, and he says, hey, get her to the hospital. So he sends some other students to take her to the hospital, which they do. And while that's happening, the two guys come back, the two aliens, and they're starting to fight Johnny again. And then from the back, he gets blasted by a blue bolt. And he's like, what the heck did that come from? The guys are right in front of me. That's not right. Turns around and he finds out it's Elijah, his wife, who he thought was dead. She was carrying his child. So something's happened here because she has a lot of angst towards Johnny. He obviously left her and her child to the elements or something. So she is back with a vengeance. But Johnny's like, no, you're not fooling me. The Skrulls are shapeshifters. You would be exactly who I would think that they would turn into. She's like, how can you be sure? And he can't be sure. He can't be sure. So she goes on to say she gave in to those aliens, and they did stuff to her to give her the powers that she's using against Johnny right now. I think she still lost the baby, but now she has powers to be able to get back at Johnny for what he did. So he tries to wrap her in this cage of flame, and they just can't hold her because now she's Lyja the Laser Fist. Lyja the Laser Fist. This might be a first appearance. I don't know. Could check it out. So, while all this is going on, why don't we just cut back to something even more amazing? Franklin's babysitter shows up, and Sue just has a talking with her. So Agatha Harkness is the babysitter. She shows up to watch Franklin. Wow. So Johnny gets the flare gun, shoots up the Fantastic Four flare, and while they're there, while Sue and Agatha are chatting, having cookies and stuff, she notices the flare. So she goes running away, and she's like not as nice as usual to Agatha. So she's thinking, what's going on with Sue? So there is something going on with her because she's got this new suit. She blew up Reed's computer. She's got this lady now thinking that she's acting cold towards her. So now we go back to Ben, or not Ben, Human Torch. I keep forgetting his name for some reason. And he's getting blasted from everywhere. And he's like, there's only one thing I can do. I don't even know what to do. I just got to get as hot as possible. And he goes Nova. Here's my panel pick. Check out this panel. It's almost just black and white, but you can feel the heat coming off this thing. It's done so well. The lines are all erased in the beams. It looks so good that it doesn't even need color. You know this thing is hot. White hot. And I think this is the best thing in the best art in the comic. I mean, it's kind of still with the same. There's nothing that really stood out that much, but I think this is my panel pick. So he goes Nova, and then it shows Sue speeding through the city on this little weird-looking Fantastic Four car thing. And she's heading towards the big explosion of light that she just seen, which was the Nova. When she gets to the epicenter of it, right there is Johnny laying on the... how do I figure it's Johnny? That's my name. Laying on the ground. And she comes down, and he's like, I didn't mean to do it. Because it seems like he just killed all three of those again. The aliens. And then the last panel is he's looking, and he has destroyed Empire State University. And that's where it ends, folks. This was a long one because it was a lot of information, a lot of reading, a lot to go over. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to comment below so we have boxes for the wheel. You'll feel special if you get your name called or your box called. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's fun. It's also fun to subscribe. Subscribe, comment, like if you want to. See you guys later.